Okay. Okay, I think everything looks good. Can people hear me? I have no idea. Get the file up. Hi, if anybody's in, I am going to start soon. I mean, I started the live already, but... Oh, hey Ryan. I've been gone for a while. I have a lot to catch you guys up on. I can't even remember like what I said in my last video. I should have probably rewatched it, but it was like 2 years ago. But yeah, things have changed. Currently working on my senior project for, I'm graduating college now. So last time you guys were around, if you're new here, I went to SCAD originally for 2 years to studying animation from 2017 to 2019. Financial aid got a little messed up. I couldn't afford it anymore. So I ended up going, taking a leap year, or a gap year, that's what I say, not a leap year. And I ended up just trying to figure out on my own. I started doing a lot of YouTube. That's when I kind of built up my base. And then COVID hit, of course. And then I started getting some freelance jobs and kind of doing, getting my work through there and my experience through there. And then now I think that was like around the last time I talked to you guys. When I talked to you guys 2 years ago, maybe when I moved back, I moved to New York. So I'm in New York now. I live in West Nyack, in the Nyack area. I used to live in the Bronx area, so it's like I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. And then I bounce back and forth to Georgia. But yeah, right now I'm in school. I'm doing a graphic design degree, and I'm graduating in December. So I'm almost done, yay. And don't mind my nails, they are grown out. I need to get them redone, but I have a family party to go to mid-October, so I was trying to hold off on getting them done closer to that time. But yeah, right now I am working on my senior project. This is what you guys are looking at. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was working on this animation called Astra Academy. I did like a whole Kickstarter for it. It didn't like it didn't hit the goal. It raised a good amount of money, but it didn't hit the goal. And now I'm trying to like redo the Kickstarter and bring it back up. I kind of learned from my time on there, and I think I studied a lot of like marketing. I've done a lot of marketing internships now. While I was in school, I worked at Hachette Book Groups in the city. But and I've learned like how to market my projects a little bit better. I'm still learning about how to talk about my work. I still have like this like thing talking about my work. I get a little like, it's hard to talk about my work. I don't know why it's so hard for me, but everybody's like, you should be proud of what you've done, and it's like, it's hard for me to it feels like bragging, and I don't like that. So that's why I'm not used to it, but I'm trying to get used to it. But anyways, this is my project, and I'm working on doing the theme sequence for a trailer. So like in cartoons, when they have like the little the beginning part that shows you what the characters are, and a little bit of like a sneak peek into like the show and stuff like that, and then it has like the song and the title sequence. That's what it's called usually. That's what I'm trying to make for Astra Academy. I had like a little trailer I made a few years ago for the Kickstarter alone, just like introducing the characters, but I wanted to do something new, something a little bit better. Since that was like when did I do that Kickstarter? I did it in 2022, but I made the trailer for it before then, I think. So now I'm trying to just like get back into like the whole animation thing again after being in graphic design for so long. So my whole senior project is about graphic design. It is about this project and just like redoing the trailer. I've been talking to my advisor, and we were like, a lot of the professors liked my project, and they were like, how come you just don't work on just the trailer alone? And that, like, the Kickstarter might have to be like a project beyond my senior project that I would have to work on, and I can't get everything done in a semester before I graduate. So I'm realizing that, I'm welcoming that, I'm more open to that idea. So now I am just trying to do this trailer right now. I needed some way. When I first started my YouTube, it was to keep me accountable, to make sure I drew and improved my art. Yeah. And so now I'm trying to get this project done. I feel like I haven't gotten a lot of, I have time to do it. It's just I spend my time doing things I shouldn't be doing, like playing Sims. And I should be focusing more of my time on my project. But yeah, I need to figure out a way where I could read the chat and not have to look at my phone while I'm doing it. I am recording for you guys on my phone right now because I ordered a camera and things like that. It's coming in today, but it's not coming in until later today. So let me see if I get my computer up on this side so I could like get to see your guys' comments at the same time. But yeah, so this is basically going to be like a work and talk with me. And yeah, hopefully we could like chill. I should probably put up music or something like that. I didn't even think about that. Hold on. Here's my YouTube. And let me see if I can see the comments on this. If I can't, it's okay, but can you guys see me? Oh, it's rotated. How do I rotate it the other way where it's not? Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. And then, okay. Rotate it back. So we'd have to keep it this way. Oh, hi guys. Oh, I can see what you guys say. Hey. So, yeah, I wish I could do this landscape mode though. I don't know how to. Oh, that's turning off video. My bad. Hey guys. Oh, that's another thing. I didn't know if anybody was gonna join or be interested in seeing my work after 2 years of not being on in a minute. But yeah, excited to be back on. Maybe I just keep it vertical and you guys would have to just like watch it from here. I do have Sims up on the background on my computer. I did build a whole PC. I have a video that I recorded it and everything, but I have not like edited that video yet. So, but it's over here. It's so beautiful. I had a couple meltdowns putting this thing together, but it's together, it's up. And yeah, I'm playing my Sims. I was working too as well, so I just finished work. Sorry for the late. I had like a meeting that was like at 4 o'clock and it was like running super late. So, is that too zoomed in? Maybe so. Back this out a little bit. And you just might have to see a little bit of my Sims in the back. I'm not playing anything right now, but, oh, hi guys. But yeah, I am working on my senior project right now. And if I would like for you guys to be with me, hang out with me for like an hour, I probably end around 6. I live with my aunt here in New York, so it gets a little chaotic, and she has a little son. So once he comes in, he just wants to play. I'm not gonna be able to stream once he comes in. But for right now, we can hang out. Let me show you guys what this animation looks like from start to finish, and like run down what it's like talking about a little bit. For The Sims, I'm playing Sims 4 right now. I play with a lot of mods, so that's why I kind of built a whole PC for it too. But that's a sim I'm trying to like remake over that I made like back in like 2014. I'm trying to like make over some new Sims and then put them back into my game because I started a whole new um save file, I guess, since I moved it over to my new PC now. But yeah, I want to give you guys like a desk tour and everything, but I should have cleaned up a little bit better for my desk. But yeah, it's okay. Right now, we'll just focus on this. I'll give you guys a little scrub through or play it. Let me play it through and then let y'all see it, what the animation looks like so far, and then I'll describe what's going on. Break it down a little bit more. I did a little bit of final outline so far for it, and that is it for the whole. Since I started school back in like August 27th, I think I started school around that time, and this is all I've done. So, I have a lot more to do. So let me like describe to you guys what's happening. This starts off with like a big bang kind of thing, and it opens up, it flashbangs into like space scene, and then you see Astra Academy's like shuttle in the back, right? And it zooms into it, and then it kind of does that swipe across the screen that does like in the other trailer that I have before. That's on my Kickstarter, and it swipes to show Zara, the main character, at her desk, and she's looking at her phone, which I still need to draw that part. Hands are hard, and it was hard for me back in 2019. It's still hard for me now. And she just like spins around in her chair. She's looking at her phone, and she's like, oh, she has to get up, and school's about to start. So that's all I did so far, like final like outlining. But I still have to do in between. It's still very rough. This is why I need to stream so I could like be able to. Oh, hey Bethany, I remember your name. I remember your name. But yeah, this is why I had to stream because I need to be more held accountable for doing this project, and so yeah. But this is what it looks like. She's grabbing her. She uses her powers to like grab her book bag off the floor. She runs out. She puts it on, runs out the door, and sees Luna right there waiting for her, her best friend. And then it zooms out to them giving each other a hug. And then their friend Soren pops in between them. And then Zara's twin brother Zane comes up from the side, and the camera follows him through to the next scene, and then it's supposed to be he sees like his guy friends. Now there's way more to this theme sequence that I have not done so far, so it's it's a work in progress right now. It's a work in progress. I'm gonna see how much I can get done before my before my like showcase. I do want to have a showcase for this. This is another thing at school. And yeah, I want to make stickers for it and things like that. So those are all the goals I have. I just need to get to the actual work and just put like pen to paper. But yeah. So yeah, but how's everybody been? It's been so long. It feels different being like recording again. It's been so long. I feel like I should be playing maybe like music in the background, or let me see if I could find something. Some like lo-fi. Just so you don't hear my computer like breathing hard. My PC's not breathing that hard, but that's what I hear right now. Lo-fi music, and I will definitely, I don't know about putting on my type of music. It's a little too, it's not chill vibes for what we're trying to have right here. So let me see if I could play this. And then hopefully that's not too loud, but you know, know, you guys let me know if it's too much. But yeah, it's like a little work and talk kind of thing. I just wanted like to be held more accountable for just getting work done. And just having like a steady hour of just doing work, not on my because when I sit at my desk, I'm like, okay, let me play Sims. I'm not like, oh, let me do my homework. So yeah, I just needed more help with that part. But right now I need to do like the background in order to get like the next scene. I need to do the background a little bit because it's more background focus. Unless I do this in post, where no, because the backpack is slouching, so I'm gonna need to animate the background. Oh, the background anyways. I can't do it in After Effects. It feels so good again to be animating like with character animations. I've been doing like a lot of motion graphics and like type motion, and it's fun, but it's not the same as doing like old fashioned, like, or not old fashioned, but like true to me kind of like character animation. Okay, I'm on this one. Another thing is I'm not used to like working, drawing and talking, because usually when I would do my videos before, I would do them with a voiceover, so I didn't really have to talk while drawing. Oh, that's not good. So now this is going to be like a little bit harder. Maybe let's get that arch and then put it here. Another thing I have not done, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I have not drawn a lot on Instagram either. So I posted anything on Instagram either. So that's something else I'm trying to get better at. I definitely want to get better as the like, as I'm now graduating from college, I want to get back to like what I was doing before. I miss like people, and everybody's like, I've been getting like, especially lately, a lot of people commenting like, you know, we miss your art, and it was like really inspirational. You were my favorite artist and things like that. And it's like, it kind of hurts me. It's so sweet to hear, but it hurts because it's like, oh, I miss doing that. I miss making art, and I miss it inspiring so many people. I've met so many people over this time that I was like posting my art and showing it off, and it's something I miss, because sometimes it could feel so lonely, especially since I stay at home a lot. Even the internship I'm doing now. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you all what I'm doing now. Even the internship I'm doing now, I'm doing a marketing design for an affordable, sorry, that was my chair, though, for an affordable housing nonprofit, where they just help like combat homelessness, and they get affordable housing for, and they do a lot of things too. I thought that's just the tip of the iceberg. They help like families be able to keep their kids if they're like in homelessness and things like that. And if you guys have been on this channel for a while, you guys know I've like dealt with that. When I first started the channel, I was living in a hotel, so it's kind of crazy. Now I have my own room and everything. Another thing is, I now have a job offer right after college, which is great. That I was offered in the summer from doing an internship I did in Atlanta. So that means I would have to move back to Atlanta, because it is like a hybrid position. So, which is sweet. Short. It's nice, but it's also not nice, because I haven't done like I did it over the summer. So I did the hybrid thing. I also drove through the summer. If y'all have been here for a long time, y'all know I don't drive. Not like that. I was never really a driver. I got my license in 2020, but I never had a car, and I never wanted to get a car. It was never like top of my mind. It was just something my family rushed me into getting, because they're like, if you don't do it now, you're never gonna want to do it. And we have some like family members who don't drive, so I was like, okay, I don't want to be like that, where I'm have to be like relying on public transportation my whole life. And especially now in New York, you don't really need it. So I never needed like a car per se to get anywhere here. But now it's kind of getting to the point where it's like, now if I move back to Georgia, I do need a car. So yeah. Sadly, that is the next step. I was driving my dad's car, which is another big change from a couple years ago. I wasn't really talking to my dad. Or we didn't know where our dad was really. And I found him one day just because this Lyft driver was like, you know, you should talk to your dad. He's like, he was like, how long has it been since you talked to your dad? I was like, 10 years. And it like, I didn't really register in my head before then that it's been so long since I've talked to him. And, I was like, wow. So one day I was like, let me try to see if I could find him. I paid for like a site to find him. I couldn't find him any other way. And he had like a lot of the same stuff, like the same email and things like that. I was like, oh, I thought everything would have been changed. He had a couple phone numbers because he has a job phone number and things like that for his work. And I found him through there. So long story short, I got to finally see him over the summer. I contacted him like February this year, and I got to see him over the summer and his new wife, and it was like really nice. And I love both of them. They're, you know, he's apologized 1,000 times and stuff like that for everything that happened before, but he was really nice and he let me use his car, his Mercedes. Let's keep that in mind, as a Mercedes. My first time really driving by myself without anybody else being in a car. And it was an interesting experience over the summer when I scratched it a few times at my job inside the parking garage. And then, yeah, I got into like a really, not a really bad accident. It was bad for me because it made my whole entire summer after that, it was just like, I'm done. So it was hard to like really be happy after that. And I don't know. It was not it. After that, I was just like so down about it. I hate messing up somebody else's things. So when I did that, and I was like, oh my god. But that was, I told him I'll pay for it and things like that. Um, I paid for gas all summer, and the brakes and the rotors broke on the car. I had to pay for that. That made me not want a car even more. I was like, why would I want to do all of this? So yeah, I that was an experience over the summer. But yeah, that was an interesting experience driving. Can't say I like it. Can't say I don't like it, because when I came back here, it was kind of different, where I had to like, I got back into routine where I had to order a lift, and I had to take the bus, and I have to take the school shuttle to get over to the school itself. And it was and I'm like, over the summer all I had to do was hop in a car in the parking lot and get my keys, and I was off. So it was a little bit of a learning curve doing to driving every day, and then going from not driving every day. You kind of like, I kind of was like, I kind of miss this. I kind of like the drives, but I also realized like driving was so stressful for me. Like I'll be holding onto the steering wheel so tight that I would hurt my whole like shoulder and everything. And my shoulder, my neck, everything would be so tense, especially sitting in traffic, the Atlanta traffic. Oh my god, on the 400, yeah, it would be. I would be sitting there for an hour, almost. It was like 45 minutes, but sometimes it feels like a bad accident. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I'll be sitting there so tense in the chair, and I'm like, why does everything hurt when I get home? It's because I was clenching the steering wheel so hard, just so nervous to drive, and I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, it was interesting summer. It was fun. It was interesting. Oh, I also went to Lollapalooza, not Lollapalooza, and that was fun. My sister's like she's really into Twice, the K-pop group, and I helped her go see it. Um, and we went together to Chicago, and it was fun. That was my first time in Chicago, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. And we also went to Philly earlier in the summer. They came to visit me in May. They came up to New York. Um, everybody except the sister I just talked about who loves twice, because she was saving up for the trip in Chicago for Lollapalooza that happened in August. So she stayed behind. Um, but yeah, that was fun too. Philly, I'm like, I love Philly and I love Chicago. I'm like this. I think I'm just a city girl. I just like cities in general. I just thought they would be. I don't know. I don't know what I thought they would be, but they were cool. I liked it. So I thought like Washington D.C. might be the place I move if anything out if I didn't go to New York again, if I didn't move back here. But and then I also been to Boston. I was like, I love Boston. My aunt was like, Boston's boring. But I'm like, Boston is cool. Boston was fun. It was a fun experience just being there, and I love like the architecture and stuff like that. And there's also really like a young crowd there. I don't know if it's because the college. There's a college there, but I can't remember what it is. I could get confused with a lot of these colleges, like where they are, like Yale, Harvard, Columbia, Vanderbilt. Like I know they're all around me, but in different like surrounding states. So I don't know which ones exactly, but one of them. So yeah, it was a lot of young people down there. It just felt like a big party. It was felt cool. I had tried my first lobster roll there. It was $90 though. So it was at this restaurant called Salty Girl, and it was really good. It was not salty. They actually knew what they were doing. I actually loved it. But yeah, it's been a fun few years. I can't say there wasn't ups and downs or there wasn't lows of lows, but especially going deciding to go back to school. I think at first my aunt was like, just go back to school if you're gonna be here, and I was really dreading it. And then once I got in, I remember that day I called. We were getting like trying to find a venue to have my cousin's birthday party, his first birthday, and my aunt was like, and I it was like we were at a restaurant, and she was like, or were we in a restaurant before? Oh yeah, we were in a restaurant because we went to the restaurant where his birthday party was gonna be at, and she was like, let's sit down and eat, and then I got the email that I got in, and I was like, oh. And I was like, maybe this is not like I was excited for it and everything, but after that, it was kind of more of, I guess my like reservations about it was feeling like I was older than everybody that was going to school, and then because when I started school, I was 20. When I went back to school, now in New York, I was 24, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna really be like, I don't know if I'm gonna find any friends. I don't know if I was gonna be if I was gonna like it. I don't know how I was gonna adjust um, to the whole situation again. So going back to school was like a little scary, and I was a little apprehensive about it. And I thought I was gonna have to be by myself the entire time. And then, literally, I think within the first like week or two, I met like my best friends that I hang with almost every day. So it's kind of crazy how it went from I didn't know if I was gonna meet anybody to I have a whole group of people that I'm friends with here, and then I still talk to my friends from SCAD, and I went to go see them. I was hanging out with them in Georgia when I was there this summer. So it was a fun summer. But yeah, I don't know. Can you guys see it when my hands in the camera? Can you see what I'm drawing, or is my hand blocking the camera? I don't know. But yeah, the summer was good. How was anybody's summer? If they did anything like cool, memorable. I know last year I got to go to Disney World for the first time. And just if you guys have been here for a while, knowing where I came from, where it was like I said, struggling with like a lot of homelessness, a lot of financial instability growing up, and having four siblings. I'm the oldest of four. Um, but Disney World never seemed like it was never gonna happen for us. So when it did happen, and me and my brother were the ones who really financed the whole trip. But when that eventually just happened and we got to go, it was so fun just going down. It was a road trip. We rented out a car. My brother paid for the car. I paid for the Airbnb. We paid for the tickets, the Disney World tickets kind of together. I think my aunt put a little bit in for her and her son. And it was fun until we got the worst news. That we went to the beach the day, it was like after we went to Disney World. The Disney World day was fun for me, but then we drove, as soon as we drove into Florida, we went to Disney World. So we drove early in the morning, I think it was like nighttime, and we drove into Florida, and then we got there by the midday, and it was hot, probably one of the hottest days I've ever had to experience in the sun. It was a scorcher. It was a different, it was, I've never experienced heat like that before. But and Disney World does not have a lot of trees, so you were melting out there. And I think it got to a lot of my siblings after, especially my brother, after he did the whole drive. And he, once he got there, he was kind of like, we're here, I'm done. Like, he didn't want to go on any rides. They were tired, they didn't want to do anything else. And I'm like, y'all, like, we're here, like, let's enjoy it. So me and my aunt, we were excited to be at Disney World. We never been. I mean, our whole family never been, but we were like, we paid too much money to get in here to just like sit on the side and just be moping around. So I was like, let's go find some rides to go on. I think we did. Oh, what was that ride that we did together? I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was, but we did a ride together, and I was like, the lines were crazy. But it was like, this was amazing. There was one ride I was trying to get on to, because that was the ride I really wanted to go on, was like the Tiana Bayou one. You had to have like some special, I was so confused, some kind of special pass to get in there to be able to go on that ride. And I was like, why? Like, what's the point of this? Like, I paid to get in here, I paid all this money, and you're telling me now I can't ride the ride? So I was like, okay. That was like, I mean, there was reasons why I wouldn't have wanted to be on any other rides, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just figure it out. I'll find another ride that I can go on that this ticket paid for. So, this ticket that I paid for. So I found me and my aunt, I think we went to get like something to cool us down, some water or some drinks. And then we found this ride. We got online and we went on it together with my cousin, and it was so fun. And we were like, let's go on something else. I think we did 2 rides together. And then I was like, y'all, I was texting my brothers and sisters, like, come here, let's like go on rides together and enjoy it. They were moping the entire time. They went on, I took them on the Little Mermaid. I remember that because we all went on it, and they were all like, wow. The line it was crazy long, but once we got on it, then they wanted to go on more rides. So we went on a bunch of rides and things like that after. But eventually I was like, all right, the sun has gotten to me. The day was starting to end. I was like, all right, it's time to go home. But it was fun. Like, it was it was fun. But shortly after that, which is what I was going to tell y'all before, shortly after that, the next day, I think we went to the beach. And yeah, it was the next day. And I'm not crying, my nose is just running. My mom was standing at the top of the beach. I was like, we all walked down to the bottom of the beach. We were shopping that day. My mom she seemed off since the morning time. Something, you could tell there was something off, and I didn't know what was going on. She was quiet. And, you know, you got snacks at Publix and stuff like that, some fruits and sandwiches to take with us on the beach. And we got to the beach, and my mom was sitting at the top of the beach for so long. And I was like, we were texting her, we were calling her, we're like, come down here, like, come hang out at the beach. Like, I thought she was talking to her, I mean, she was talking to her boyfriend, the guy I can't stand. And I'm like, come down, like, he's not here. Come enjoy the time here with us, your kids. And it was, oh, why can't I put it here? What is this one? Delete. This is the one on the ground. This is when it comes to me. Okay. What happened to the, okay. Okay. But then we were like, I was like, come over here. And oh, that's why I didn't need it anymore. I forgot I need a new one. And she finally came down. Me and my aunt were in the beach, in like the water, at the beach, and I see my siblings looking all sad, sitting down, and my mom was sitting down, and so we were like, let's walk over there. I don't know if my brother called us over there or we saw them, and I saw that my mom came back, and then I came over there, and then my mom was crying. My brother looked so sad, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, we lost the apartment. They evicted us and they threw all our stuff on the side, outside, and things like that. They're throwing our stuff out right now. And her boyfriend was the only one, at the house because we were in Florida at that time. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? We were just at the house. Like, we were just there at the apartment. Everything was fine. My thing is, my mom knew this was going to happen. An eviction is coming. If you're not paying the bill you're not paying the rent, is going to happen. My problem is there's 2 grown adults that are supposed to be responsible for paying the bill in there, and they're obviously dropping the ball. I'm like, y'all have one. My mom doesn't have to worry about a car. My brother got a whole car for her, pays everything on it. He doesn't have to worry about anything else. So I'm like, what is the issue really? So I'm like, how, what is the point of this man being here and we're living on all of our stuff is on the street right now. I don't, it wasn't clicking to me, and I was furious. I was pissed. My siblings were sad. My brother was over here trying to console my mom. I'm like, I'm not trying to console her because she knew exactly what was happening. You knew this was going to happen. You let me and my aunt come down here thinking that we were good to stay and come on a vacation. Me and my brother spent thousands of dollars on that vacation. Just so, we could have a nice moment. And then to come back into having to sleep in another hotel again. It was like, all because she didn't want to tell us, or he didn't even say anything. The boyfriend was there. He was over here trying to laugh around and make jokes. And the whole time he knew something was up. So it was like, so both of y'all like, it felt like the worst, like, kind of betrayal you could imagine. So that was a awful time last year. My brother now, he got an apartment in his like name, and now my mom just lives with him. My mom married the guy. I don't know why. That was a surprise that happened over the summer. I keep forgetting it happened because it was kind of like a whiplash. She was like home one day, and I was working from home I worked from home on Fridays and Mondays. And we were like, "Oh, you're home." She came out of the room and she's like, "Yeah, I got something to tell you guys. I'm getting married today." And I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, oh, okay. And I can't take it seriously anymore. Like, that whole situation was just too much for me. That's really the reason why I kind of moved to New York with my aunt. Just because she's way more stable. She's not following random guys around like that, like my mom is, and is just, she has her head on her shoulders, and I felt more comfortable here than I do in Georgia. Which now that I'm going back, there's things that are going to change because now my mom's married. She could really move in with her boyfriend wherever he lives at. And me and my brother, I was planning on getting an apartment with him. And then I was like, if whoever of my siblings want to move in with us, they can. Because I know one of my sisters there, she's in college right now. The other one is thinking about going to college. She just contacted me yesterday about like financial aid and things like that. But so there's a few like things in motion, but I don't know what's going to happen when I move back. I know for sure I don't know if I can live under the same roof with her, and her definitely her boyfriend or husband, whatever he is not coming in with us. She tried to sneak him in one night, and my sister called me. She's like, I told him to leave. And I was like, why would she even think it was okay to bring that man around after everything that happened? So yeah, that was a whole issue that I had to deal with. But things are better now, kind of. So So it's not too bad. Fi- Not well financially wise, I'm doing better. I'm working. I have an internship right now. I'm making the most money consistently I've ever made in my life. And I have a, like I said, I have a job offer. So like financial stability has been like a big thing to me. Like there's not been a semester that I haven't worked, whether it was on commissions or while I was doing like a regular retail job, or um whether it was just doing an internship. And internships have been my like go-to thing since last year. So last year, Hachette book groups, I applied to them like during my birthday weekend. I went to Georgia, and I saw that they were hiring for a book design internship, and I was like, oh my god, like I have to apply. The thing is, I've seen Hachette book groups around, and I've applied to them when I first went to New York because I was like, oh, this would be so cool. I love the company. I love how they like amplifying diverse voices and things like that. And I just loved, their books, a lot of their books and their work that they did and their messaging. So I was like, oh, I was like, let me apply to this. Let me see it. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna ever get it. And around that time, we just did like some book cover designs that my professor really liked. And I put them on my portfolio, and those were the covers that got me the internship. So I did that over the summer for summer 2024, and that was in the city here in New York. And so I would take a coach bus through New Jersey because that's how far up I live. Which is not that I'm not upstate New York. People think it's upstate New York. It's not upstate New York. Like there's so much more to New York than just like the city that everybody thinks about. But I am still pretty far from the city. But I would wake up early, 5 o'clock I think in the morning, get ready, go take the coach bus, be at the bus stop by 6:50 I think it was. Um, oh my god, it felt like it goes forever, but that would just happens. Oh my god. But yeah, I would take the bus, wait at the bus stop or the shuttle stop, and for it to come, and then take that to the city. And that was a nice long ride on. It's not a bad bus. Like as bad as buses can get, like compared to the ones in Georgia. The ones in Georgia are way worse than the ones in New York. I'm sorry, but it was a nice little ride. I went to sleep most of the time on it. Woke up once I got to Port Authority, or not Port Authority. Once I got to Bryant Park is where I got off on, and I would walk a couple blocks till 52nd Street and go to my office there. And actually, I would go to Cha Cha Matcha. That's where I first had my first favorite matcha. It was at this like cafe called Cha Cha Matcha, and it's right there by Bryant Park in the city. And it's, oh my god, they have a chai. They have a chai matcha, and so that's why I was like, okay, maybe I would like it if it's more with something that I already love, which is chai. So I tried it there, and it was so good. So that became my guilty like thing that I got every day before work. And yeah, and I'll just walk over um, to the office, and I worked there for 10 weeks in the summer, from June to August. So, but yeah, that was a fun, and it just made me feel, it felt like I was finally grown up. It made me feel more my age, because sometimes I do feel imposter syndrome, and then I also feel like I'm not my age at the same time when I get like these big opportunities like that. And it's a little daunting sometimes, as well. But yeah, doing something that big. But it was a fun experience to have. That internship opened so many doors for me, including to get my next internship, which I did last year for my fall semester. The same Hachette book groups. I worked at the Grand Central Publishing for book design. Um, for the what was I gonna say, for book design at Hachette book groups, and oh my god, that looks so bad. There's one thing I wish I had was steady hands. Like everything I feel like I have to draw 40 times just to get it to look more natural or just like straight. Not even natural, straight. But yeah, they ended up like contacting me. They're like, "Can you, if you're interested, we have another internship opened for the fall for marketing design, and it will be for a different imprint, Basic Books imprint." And I was like, okay, yeah, I would love to interview for it. So I did, and I worked there with an amazing team. I loved working with them, and they were just really sweet. It was nice and quaint and small, and so it felt like a little family. And then I got to like meet them all in person during our like Christmas lunch we had. I went down to the city around Midtown area. It wasn't Midtown. It was like this Russian restaurant, which I've never had Russian food before, and it tasted so good. I don't know. I had this thing that had like goat cheese and like some kind of like fruit and cranberry sauce. And if you get cranberry sauce on anything, for me, it's already a 10 out of 10. And that was bomb. So I was like, okay, this is like my thing. That was also my first time like ever being at like a fancy restaurant like that. And then I had, well, that's a lie, because my first internship, that was also another thing. These companies like really treat you well. Like they take you on these like nice, really nice like lunches and stuff like that to like commemorate you coming your first time being there and meeting the team, and then also when you're leaving and things like that, or for birthdays or for something special, they'll like take you out to eat. And I'm like, I've never been to fancy restaurants like that. Like that was like, fancy was like, for us growing up was Red Lobster, and we could barely afford that because with my like huge family that I had. So, but yeah, that was a time. It was fun going to like that restaurant and things like that, and being with my meeting them. They were so sweet, and we took like a group photo, and it really, that after that it definitely felt like family. And then I didn't really know I was gonna stay on for the spring, because I thought I was just gonna end my internship. She never really like told me that I was gonna stay on. She kind of just like, I want you to stay on. It was kind of like implied, like some people were like, I think she's you're staying on, and I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, I did stay on for until June. And when right before I started, I went down to Georgia to start my other internship with another company that I don't know how, if I should say the company's name, but I don't know how that works. I don't know if I should or not say that. So I guess I shouldn't, that I have a job offer with, but they're really cool. It's a commercial real estate company. And I got my own little like office. I mean, I had my own little office when I did my internship over the summer too, but that one was like, it was really nice and really like sleek, and they just bought like a new like office area, so it was really clean, it was like really nice, really modern. They had like a water soda machine, fizzy water machine. What's it called again? Sparkling water machine that had custom like flavors that you could like put into your water bottle. I was like, oh, you just tapped a button and it will just give it to you. I was like, oh wow. Even the coffee machine was cool. I was like, oh, I did not know to use any of those gadgets in there. I had my mom has a Keurig, and that's it. And if I wanted soda, I would have to go buy the bottles. So I was not used to that. So it was cool. It was a fun experience. Like these internships have like really shown me like how sometimes when you never experience like better stuff, you forget that there's better stuff out there. And it kind of, those things, these internships have helped me find out that there is better things out there for me. And then there's just, people are living a different level of a lifestyle than that you can achieve and you can get to eventually. So that has been like a cool eye opener to see, just to be around and things like that. But yeah, it's been a vibe. Is this okay? So maybe I can delete these ones now. Delete. I also have a backup copy of this just in case I need any more of the frames. But this is what it's looking like so far with some of the final outlines. Oh, but I sped through that last one a little too fast. Do I have it on two? These are on 2s right now because it needs in-betweens. In-betweens is a whole nother topic. Oh my gosh, I was making this cute animation for Astra Academy on, and I showed it, like showcased it a little bit on my Instagram, and I was so excited. I was, it was coming out cute. It was, the in-betweens were like really matching up. And yeah, it was coming out cute until I sorry, until I don't know, my Procreate just like crashed, I guess. I didn't do anything per se, but it just crashed on me and it corrupted the file. Never had that happen to me ever. So I was pissed. And I don't know if it happened, I think it was on this new, oh yeah, I also got the newest iPad, the newest iPad Pro. I got this last year in August during like the special they do. Was it August or September I got it? The special, the back to school special they did. So I got this, and then I got me a new the second Apple Pencil Pro now that they have, and then I got my AirPods with the like gift card, AirPods 3. I don't know, AirPods Pro 3, whatever they are. But I upgraded some of my products because my iPad, you guys, I've had y'all have seen that iPad. And this iPad could get so bright. Like I could actually draw when I'm outside or in the car on this one. The other one, I could not see the screen. So that's why, that was like the biggest reason why I needed to upgrade. Other than the charging, there was a point where the charging wasn't even working anymore. And I was like, I thought it was going downhill on me. And I was like, I need to get a new one before this one just like completely kapults on me and it just does not work anymore. And like, how am I going to work? So I was like, okay, I definitely need to get a new iPad quick and soon. And so I did last year. And this one, besides that whole animation fiasco that with it crashing on me for that, it has not failed on me other than that. So it has been pretty great to just have like things that work. Like even my PC, my MacBook now, I have, which is where I'm playing the music off of right now. It still works, but not great. And I think it also, just playing Sims on it has made it, I could delete all the files and things like that, and my 600 gigabytes of mods I have had and custom content, but it's still affected a lot from the, I guess from the all that I don't know if I don't know if Sims is the one to really blame for it going down, but it's just not the same as it used to be. And I don't know if it's just from wear and tear or if it's just because it's been 5 years I've had it. But I'm like, 5 years, like after 5 years, that's it? You can only use these things for 5 years? It costed me over $2,000 for this laptop, and only 5 years of use I got out of it. So I was like, I don't know. It's not working as good as it should be. So when I'm doing this animation now, I might have to put it on my PC. I really originally just got the PC for really playing Sims, but I might also use it for just for my editing and my animations, just to have them be able to work. I say this all the time, I'm an Aries, so a lot of things when they don't want to work and they're not working fast enough for me, is just like, okay, I can't, because my brain is like moving a mile a minute, a little too fast sometimes, where my brain is moving faster than I could talk. So that's why I have to like sometimes slow down while I'm talking and really like think about it, because I'm like moving too fast, but I start stumbling over my words. But yeah, I can't do slow products. Just now, even playing my Sims on this PC is just like night and day. I never had a PC. Well, I've had a PC before, but like those old computers that would take forever to start up. This starts up in like 2 seconds. So yeah, video on how I built it is coming soon too. I want to put that up. There was a lot of tears, I will say that. I don't cry during like I'm not a crier. That's another thing. I don't cry, but it was like when you spend this much money onto something and it doesn't want to work and you put your hardest into it and it's just like it's not turning on. My GPU was not being read, and it was like my GPU was like almost $1,000. Like, what do you mean it's not? I can't. It's not working. And if some people are saying it's like it might be dead on arrival. Like I was not contacting, but I was like asking people on Reddit like, what can I do? And they're like reseed it, which basically means like taking it out and putting it in. I'm like, I did that like 10 times. And I probably reseated my GPU probably over 20 times. I'm not gonna lie. But eventually it clicked and I had to take everything out. I rescrewed. I took out even my motherboard. I took off the cooler off of it and everything. I rescrewed back in the motherboard, rescrewed in the cooler, and I took out the I took out the motherboard and I used the motherboard box and put it on there. I pushed the GPU hard into that, and then I finally heard the click, and I was like, God heard my it was the best day probably of my life. Hearing that click, just that click was just like, okay, yay. So that was a experience. That was definitely an experience. But I was super happy when it worked finally. And it just started. And I didn't have to see that stupid red light on the motherboard telling me there's something wrong with my GPU, my VRAM. So, yeah. Sorry if you're not like into like PCs or anything. But like I was literally watching PC building videos for an entire 2 months while I was in Georgia preparing because I knew I was gonna use my savings to buy this PC. And once I bought it, I was like, yeah, bank account drained, but I'm happy. I'm happy I could play Sims and it's not lagging on me. It's not crashing on me because there's too many mods, and I can download as many mods as I want. I got like 4 terabytes of space. What else do I have? I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, which my MacBook has 16, but you would think it only had like 6 or something like that because it was so slow. So, but this has like changed everything. But yeah, PC video coming soon. I wanted to do like showing like playing Sims live too, but I feel like that's a lot. So, but yeah. Anyways, I think this is as far as I'm going to be able to get to for today, just because I know my aunt's soon coming in with her son, and it might be a little bit too chaotic once they come in. I only got, 2-3 frames done, but it was just because I was talking too much and I was trying to get back into the groove. But I plan on streaming tomorrow, so if you guys are going to be here coming on, I will have a better setup. My camera should be coming in about 45 minutes. So to say, as Amazon. So hopefully it should be here soon. So, but yeah. Thank you guys for being here with me. I think this is how you do it. Yeah. Ding. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for popping in. If you got to pop in for a little bit, it meant the world just seeing people even join. I thought it was going to be 0 people on here. And it got to 17 people at one point. So I was like, oh, wait, hold on. I got a little like scared at first. And then it like mellowed out. So, but thank you guys for joining. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, because I have to have something up to show my professor for Tuesday for my senior project check-in. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be working on this again. Probably chatting a bit more. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about because I chatted throughout this whole one. I might be doing more drawing than talking tomorrow, but it should be chilled. So, but yeah, we did this part together. This part, yeah. which is not a lot, but, and then I got to that. But yeah, thank you guys for coming, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.